That's how you get your custom offset. Put your rotor on backwards. You just gotta use longer nuts.
A lot longer.
The mud is flush with the brake pad.
Might be why you're squealing.
Yeah. Welcome back to the channel. Today in this video we're going to install 2 wheel bearings and a steering stabilizer. I have one bad wheel bearing, so I figured I might as well go and do both. And my steering stabilizer, I had a death wobble today. It looks pretty rough, so I'm hoping that kind of takes care of it. I also ordered the tie rod ends and bowl joints and all that, but they're not in yet. So stay tuned for that video. It'll be coming up soon. So we'll go ahead and get her jacked up and take tires off. First thing I'm gonna do is take this axle nut off. It's a 32 millimeter. It's pretty rusty, so I'm gonna leave the caliper on it, so this way if I gotta put a breaker bar on it, I have somebody hold the brakes. Then I'm going to take the caliper off, the rotor. Then there's 3 bolts back here for the wheel bearing. One there, then one there. Then I'll show you how I break them loose. I hope this comes off.
Nice.
Okay.
Some sparks flew with it.
I did not see that happening. The caliper bracket is a 21 millimeter. The mud is flush with the brake pad.
Might be why you're squealing.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. The wheel bearing is a 13 millimeter 12 point. Alright, so I got all the bolts out of it. Normally, if they don't come loose, as you can see there's a crack there, so I already got it broke loose. I take an air hammer and hit the ears of the wheel bearing and work it back and forth, side to side, and normally breaks it free. But I grabbed a sledgehammer and it's actually moving. So I'm gonna keep beating on it and it should come right out. Okay, so I cleaned up where the wheel bearing goes inside the spindle. Then I cleaned up the axle so it slides in a little better. I just used a wire brush and a screwdriver to scrape out a little bit. So now I'm gonna go ahead and slide a new wheel bearing in it and get it bolted up. I might go ahead and clean these bolts up real quick, they're pretty rusty. So I'm gonna go to the wire brush, do that real quick. I decided to put some Loctite on the wheel bearing bolts because they go in really easy. And I always use the impact gun anyways to get them off. So hopefully the next person gets this Jeep does the same thing.
If not, they're gonna hate you.
Yeah. That's how you get your custom offset. Put your rotor on backwards. You just gotta use longer nuts.
A lot longer.
So always make sure you hang up your caliper. You don't want to hang it on the hose. You can make the hoses go bad. And today, not only did I experience a death wobble for the first time in this Jeep, which I don't know if you guys know, but the death wobble is where your steering wheel goes out of control until you basically stop. So that's why I'm addressing all this. But my brakes also started squealing. And it might be because of all this mud. Probably not good on it. So maybe the squeal will go away now.
Metal burr?
I smashed my finger.
Oh, I didn't see that.
I felt it.
I will though. Hit with a hammer.
I mean, I don't feel bad. It looks like. So here's the other end of the steering stabilizer. I think this is a relocator kit. As you can see, it says RC, which is probably rough country. But you can also see that these bolts are going to be a pain to get to. So I'm not going to record this part. So I'll get back to you guys when I get it off. So I found it easier just to remove the whole brackets and all. They're just U-bolts that hold onto the axle and your steering bar down there, wherever that's your drag link, I think. So I'm gonna go ahead and unbolt this stabilizer and put this new one in. I think this is pretty much a universal kit because these ain't gonna work on mine. So I'm just gonna go ahead and clean up these old bolts and reuse them. Bolt was too big for this bushing.
The one they gave you?
Yeah, those two. Okay, I got it all bolted up. Now I just gotta fish it up in. Kind of a tight fit. So I'm trying to put the steering stabilizer back on, and as you can see, these U-bolts are all tweaked. They kind of bow this way and this way. This one's a little worse. I don't have a vise, so I'm gonna show you guys how I did the other bolt ones. Used a jack and pressed it that way. Probably definitely not safe. Moved a little bit. Alright, now we're gonna go try it. Don't wanna go too far with it. Okay, I finally got it on. It was a piece of cake. Oh, that was terrible. Maybe if you, I recommend if you take these brackets off, get new U-bolts. These ones are all tweaked. The problem is it's hard to get to these bolts without taking those brackets off. I think it's a relocator kit, so maybe if it was in the factory location, it'd be a lot easier. I would say so. Alright, we got one more wheel bearing to go, and I am done with this for tonight. Okay, let's hope this axle nut comes off like the other one did. Okay, that one might be a different size. Or it's just caked in rust. Okay, let's try it again. This one's a 34 and the other one's a 32. Now let's hope this one comes off like the other one. Nice. A little bit of Loctite. I just clean these up like I did the other side. I got both sides done now. One thing I do want to mention is when you put your caliper on, I'll show you on the other side because this side don't have it. There's a white line on 90% of them, and you gotta make sure it's not twisted anywhere or it'll cause your brakes to pull one way. So that's one thing to keep in mind. The only thing I got left to do over here is I gotta pop the hood and plug this connector in for the ABS and unplug the old one because I wasn't gonna mess with it. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop the hood, get that plugged in, get the tires on it, and then lower her down. It's actually the next day, well, next night. I wanted to drive it around some to make sure that it was all gone. And I do not feel the death wobble anymore. There is a slight shimmy back and forth when you hit the brakes sometimes. Like it's wanting to go in a death wobble, but it don't. But I ordered everything new on the front end. There's sway bar links and tie rod ends, ball joints, all that. And I should have those sometime this week. So stay tuned for that video. That should hopefully take care of it all, but we'll find out. So if you guys found this video helpful or not, you can still subscribe. But go ahead and subscribe, give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Comment down below anything I can work on, or if you have any questions, I'll try to answer them best I can. You guys have a good one.